we were at the coulometer used for determining the quantity of electricity passed. The quantity of electricity passed through a circuit can be determined from the chemical changes that are produced when the same amount of current is passed through a suitable electrolytic cell. A cell used for this purpose is called a coulometer. This coulometer consists of a platinum dish serving as both cathode and the cell vessel, and pure silver as anode. The electrolyte is an aqueous solution of purified silver nitrate. The mass of silver deposited on the dish is determined when the experiment is over, and from this mass, the quantity of electricity passed through the coulometer can be calculated using Faraday's laws of electricity. Now we have to understand what is conductance. Conductance is the property of the conductor, metallic as well as electrolytic, which facilitates the flow of electricity through it. It is equal to the reciprocal of resistance. We can write conductance represented by capital G to be equal to 1 by R. It is expressed in the unit called reciprocal ohm, which can be written as ohm inverse or mho, or it is also known as Siemens. The resistance R of any conductor is proportional directly to its length L and inversely to its cross-sectional area A. We can write R is proportional to L and R is proportional to 1 by A. Thus, R is equal to rho L by A, where rho is the resistivity and was earlier known as specific resistance. If L is equal to 1, A is equal to 1 centimeter square, then R becomes equal to rho. That is, the specific resistance is defined as the resistance offered by a conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section, or it is defined as the resistance of 1 centimeter cube of a conductor. The reciprocal of specific resistance or resistivity 1 by rho is termed as conductivity of a conductor, that is represented as kappa, and was earlier known as specific conductance. So 1 by rho is equal to kappa, or kappa is equal to 1 by rho. Conductivity or specific conductance will be defined as the conductance of 1 meter cube of a substance having 1 meter edge length. SI units are ohm inverse, meter inverse, and commonly used units are CGS units, that is ohm inverse, centimeter inverse. So conductance G is equal to 1 by R, which is equal to 1 by rho into A by L. We have reciprocated the equation. R is equal to rho by L, rho into L by A, which gives us 1 by R, which can be equated to G. So we get G is equal to 1 by R is equal to 1 by rho into A by L. 1 by rho is kappa. So we get G is equal to kappa into A by L, where L is the length of the electrodes, A is the area between the electrodes, and kappa is conductivity or specific conductance. For a given cell, the ratio L by A is a constant and is known as cell constant. So kappa is equal to G into L by A. So G is conductance and L by A is cell constant. Therefore, we get a very important relation. Specific conductance is equal to conductance into cell constant. Conductance or conductivity is an additive property. For example, in an aqueous solution containing several electrolytes, the total conductance is G total is equal to the sum of the conductance of all the electrolytes, written as summation I Gi plus the G water, which is the conductance of water which is used in making the solution. So, summation is carried over all the electrolytes, and G water is the conductance of water which is utilized in making the solution. G water is often negligible in comparison to the sum of conductances of the electrolytes, as we use conductivity water, which is repeatedly distilled water of very low conductance for making the solutions. Equivalent conductivity. One of the factors on which the conductance of an electrolytic solution depends is the concentration of the solution. In order to obtain comparable results for different electrolytes, it is necessary to take equivalent conductance. It is abbreviated as lambda equivalent. Lambda equivalent is equal to G into L square and is defined as the conductance of a volume of solution containing one equivalent mass of the solute when it is placed between two parallel electrodes unit distance apart and large enough to contain the whole solution. Suppose one equivalent mass of an electrolyte is dissolved in the volume V of the solution. Let this whole solution be placed in a conductivity cell. So, we have to use the equation G is equal to kappa into A by L. Multiplying the right hand side of the above equation by distance L and also dividing it by distance L will make no difference, and we will be able to get the relation for lambda equivalent. G is equal to kappa into AL by L square. Thus, GL square is equal to kappa A into L. We know product of area into length is volume. So, GL square becomes equal to kappa V, and GL square is known as equivalent conductivity. Therefore, lambda equivalent, which is equal to GL square, becomes equal to kappa into V. The equivalent conductivity thus gives the conducting power of the ions produced by one equivalent mass of an electrolyte at a particular concentration. If the concentration of the solution is C gram equivalents per liter, then one equivalent of the substance will be contained in the volume 1 by C. So, lambda equivalent can be written as lambda equivalent is equal to kappa by C, where units of C are gram equivalent decimeter minus 3. The units of the concentration C is written in terms of gram equivalent centimeter cube. So, when we convert decimeter cube to centimeter cube, we need to divide by the factor of 1000. 1 gram equivalent decimeter cube will be equal to 1 by 1000 gram equivalent centimeter cube. So that we can get a working formula for lambda equivalent as lambda equivalent is equal to kappa in brackets ohm inverse centimeter inverse divided by C gram equivalent decimeter cube, When we convert the units into gram equivalent centimeter cube per centimeter minus 3, we get a factor of 1000 in the numerator. So we get lambda equivalent is equal to 1000 kappa by C, and units of lambda equivalent now are ohm inverse centimeter square gram equivalent inverse, and units of C which we have to substitute in this equation will be gram equivalent decimeter cube. 1000 factor is taking care of the conversion factor. So lambda equivalent units are ohm inverse centimeter square gram equivalent inverse, or Siemens centimeter square gram equivalent inverse. Molar conductivity. It was earlier known as molar conductance and is represented as lambda m. Molar conductivity of an electrolyte may be defined as the conductance of a volume of solution containing 1 mole of a substance when placed between two parallel electrodes which are at a unit distance apart and are large enough to contain between them the whole solution. Thus, molar conductivity gives the conducting power of the ions produced by 1 mole of an electrolyte at any particular concentration. Lambda m is equal to kappa V, which is equal to kappa C, and C is in moles per decimeter cube. To simplify the units of concentration, C is written in moles per centimeter cube. Again we need to divide by a factor of 1000, so that we get 1 mole per decimeter cube is equal to 1 by 1000 mole per centimeter cube. Therefore, the working formula now becomes lambda m is equal to 1000 kappa by C, ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. Measurement of specific conductance. Specific conductance is related to conductance and cell constant. According to the relation, specific conductance is equal to conductance into cell constant. So kappa is equal to G into L by A. So kappa contains two terms, G or 1 by R and L by A, which is known as the cell constant. Thus, knowing the values of R, L and A, the specific conductance can be measured. Measurement of conductance is done by the principle of Wheatstone bridge circuit. A Wheatstone bridge circuit is used to determine the resistance and thus the conductance of the solution between two parallel electrodes of a conductivity cell. A Wheatstone bridge consists of two fixed resistances R3 and R4, a variable resistance R1 from the resistance box and the resistance of conductivity cell R2. At the stage of null point, that is when no current is flowing through the circuit, then R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. R2 becomes equal to R4 R1 by R3. Although the principle of Wheatstone bridge as given above remains the same, several modifications in technique are necessary before the resistance of an electrolytic solution can be measured by this method. The circuit diagram that is used to determine the conductance is shown in the figure. In one of the arms is the electrolytic cell whose conductance is to be and has the solution whose conductance is to be determined. AB is the uniform wire, preferably platinum iridium alloy stretched along a meter scale. X is the sliding contact which moves over it. C is the conductivity cell containing the solution of the electrolyte. S is the source of alternating current. R is the resistance box. T is the headphone to detect the flow of current. A suitable resistance is taken out from the resistance box and the sliding contact X is moved on the wire to search a minimum sound in the headphone. At this point, the bridge is balanced. So, according to the Wheatstone principle, resistance of solution divided by resistance from the resistance box will be equal to resistance XB divided by resistance XA, which can be written as length XB divided by length XA. Thus, the resistance of solution can be determined. Reciprocal of this resistance gives the conductance of the solution. The external power supply which we use cannot be a direct current because it produces two complications. It causes the change in the concentration of the solution due to electrolysis, which will change the resistance. Polarization at the electrode sets in, which also changes the resistance. Thus, it is important to use alternating current source to overcome the above complications. Conductivity cell. The cells employed are of various types and shapes depending on the purpose and on the accuracy required. They are usually made of resistance glass. Electrodes are invariably of platinum, usually coated with platinum black to diminish the polarization effects. The distance between the two electrodes of a cell is determined by the conductance of the solution to be measured. For solutions of high conductance, the electrodes are widely spaced, while for poorly conducting solutions, the electrodes are mounted close to each other. These are the different types of electrolytic cells which are used. Now we have determination of specific conductance. Before kappa, that is the specific conductance, can be calculated from the measured resistance or conductance, the ratio L by A for a particular cell used is required. For any given cell, the ratio L by A has a fixed value and is called the cell constant, represented by capital K, which can be obtained without knowing the actual values of L and A. A solution of known specific conductance kappa S is placed in this cell, the resistance Rs is measured and K is calculated, the cell constant. Potassium chloride is the accepted standard for which accurately determined values of kappa at different concentrations and temperatures in the aqueous solution are available. Cell constant can be determined using the equation cell constant is equal to specific conductance divided by conductance, which will be kappa S into Rs. After determining the cell constant, the resistance R of the given solution is determined using the same cell. When we use the same cell, the cell constant remains constant. It's the same for the same cell. The specific conductance is conductance into cell constant gives us specific conductance is equal to kappa S into Rs by R. Thus, determination of specific conductance of an electrolytic solution consists of two steps. Step 1 is the determination of the cell constant by using a standard KCl solution of known conductivity in the conductivity cell. Second, determination of the resistance of the given solution using the same cell. If we have understood the concept of conductance and equivalent conductance, then we can perform a few experiments to understand how we can use our concepts to determine our cell constant, specific conductance, equivalent conductance. Today we will be discussing our experiment number 1. Aim of the experiment is to determine the cell constant of the given conductivity cell using a conductivity meter. Instrument used. The conductance of the solution is measured using the conductivity meter as shown in the figure. The digital conductivity meters are available that give the conductance of the solution directly. Materials required: conductivity meter, conductivity cell, 100 ml beaker, standard flask 100 ml, pipette, potassium chloride, deionized water. Formula to be used is specific conductance is equal to conductance into cell constant. So, cell constant is equal to kappa by G. Solutions to be prepared: KCl solution of concentration whose conductivity value is known in the literature are prepared using deionized water. The concentrations of KCl solutions to be prepared here are 0.02 normal KCl and 0.01 normal KCl. The conductance of these solutions is to be measured using conductivity meter. Procedure: first, prepare 100 ml of 0.02 normal KCl solution by dissolving 0.1491 grams of KCl in conductivity water and then making up to 100 ml with conductivity water. Second, take about 50 ml of this solution, dip the conductivity cell in it and measure the conductance. Record the temperature of the solution. This temperature is taken as room temperature. Note down the conductivity of 0.02 normal KCl at temperature T from the known table. Take 50 ml of 0.02 normal KCl solution in 100 ml measuring flask and make it up to 100 ml by adding deionized or conductivity water. This is 0.01 normal KCl solution. Take about 50 ml of this 0.01 normal KCl solution, dip the conductivity cell in it and measure the conductivity. Note down the conductivity of 0.01 normal KCl at temperature T from the known table. Calculate the cell constant for both the concentrations and then calculate the mean cell constant. We have discussed the procedure of determining the cell constant of the experiment. From here I will continue in my next class. Thank you.